All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Baha'u'llah Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone that do well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect of the 1/3. And Lord's will, this lesson will be edifying and exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Baha'u'llah Kodash. The Wadi Yabash Mashai, forgive me the inspiration to do this lesson. And as the title reads, Haman has built the gallows. Okay, Haman has built the gallows, and if you don't know who Haman is, he was a Edomite. Okay, from the line of Amalek, and he was promoted or hired under the Elamite king, and his main goal and focus was to destroy Jake. Okay, was to destroy us. Okay, us as a people. And it's found in the book of Esther, which it's a short read. It also continues in the book, in the Apocrypha. But if you're looking to find a good read of Jacob overcoming Esau, okay, pretty much what we're going through now, it's a great read. Okay, I highly recommend it. So I just want to do a quick lesson on that. I'm going to jump around in the book of Esther. It's really a great read, but I'm going to jump and hit some points. And I pretty much want to tie in the narrative, okay, that you see throughout the scriptures, especially in the accounts, all right, of Esther, what we're going through now, with in particular people that have been set up with a complete onslaught against us, okay, and you've heard brothers, all right, and elders call John Reiser. All right, John Mark Reiser. They also call him Haman. All right, and if you don't know who Haman is, read Esther, man. And I tell you, this guy, he comes in that spirit. Okay, he comes in that spirit that Haman came in. So let me make sure the audio is good. In that spirit. All right, good. So let's get this lesson going. Hey, shalom, Yahal Bashmel Shai Bashmel Chakodash Barakatah wa Barakatum to you, brothers and few sincere sisters tuning in, hearkening to this true word and staying grounded in it too. That's a very important thing. So let's get this lesson going. Okay, we're going to start off in Esther 3. You can start at 1, but I'm just going to get into some points. Okay, and Lord's will, this will be edifying. Okay, this says Haman's plot against the Jews. Okay, see the plot. All right, the wicked one plots against us. All right, what's that? Psalms 32. The wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him. Actually, let me see if I can snag that. I haven't got that in a while. Let's go here. I think it's Psalms 32 and 35, or Psalms 35 and 32. Let's see. Real quick, it just came to mind. I do not want to make this a long lesson, but there is points to be made. Let's see. Let's see what Psalms 32. Okay, yep, it's Psalms 35. That's how I know. So let's go to Psalms 35 really quick. Okay, Psalms 35 and, it isn't that one. Let's put it in. The wicked watch the righteous. Haven't got this one in a while. Let me see. Just came to mind. Yeah, okay, Psalms 37, excuse me. This is Psalms 37 and 32. The wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him. And this is something that you see go on with this man right here. Okay? This is the spirit that this man comes in. Okay? He comes in the same spirit. Okay? And let's do this real quick. Let's do a compare and contrast. I said I wasn't gonna make this long, but hey, what are y'all about to shy? Let's just do a comparison here, huh? Well, let's put Haman in the Bible. There we go. There we go. You see? There we go. There's Haman right here. Okay? You see Haman? Look. And you see vocab. Hey, this guy favors him, man. The scriptures say, judge no man of outward appearance, but shit, look at this. Hey, man. Hey, vocab. Hey, vocab. Hey, Haman. All right, let me get with the lesson. So here's Haman, and there's vocab. All right. So this is the same spirit he comes in. All right, watching the righteous, but he's in the spirit of watching us to trip us up on our words, watching us to pretty much see us fall. Okay, to see us fall. You see, look, I was predestinated to wear this shirt. Hey, it ain't spiritual. This guy could be this guy right here, man. Okay, this could be this guy right here. But let me continue with this lesson. All right. So let's go back to the scriptures. The wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him. That's the spirit that Esau comes in. But there's in particular Edomites that have been set up for this job against the nation of Israel, and Haman is one of them. Okay, this is a guy who was hired opposition. Now, did the king Xerxes, did this the Elamite king hire him for that reason? No, but let's continue. This is Esther 3:1. Excuse me. After these things did King Xerxes promote Haman, the son of Hammedatha the Agagite. And right here, look, Agagite. What's an Agagite? King Agag. Agag, king of Amalek. Okay? Agag. All right. Hold on real quick. Okay, it's not in that one. Let's get these points really, really fast. All right, let's go here. Real quick. Okay, look. Agagite. Agagite. Look, of a people of Haman equal Amalek. Okay, Amalek. You see, so Agag. See, Agag goes back to who? Amalek. All right, Amalek. Numbers 24. Okay, Agag. So Haman is an Edomite from the line of Amalek. All right, so I just want to make that point so that when I mention this in the lesson, we already understand where that's coming from. So this is a Amalek Edomite that has been promoted by the king of Elam, and it says, and advanced him and set his seat above all the princes that were with him. So he put this guy in power. Okay, he put a man that's plotting to murder us, he put him in power. It says, and all the king's servants that were in the king's gate bowed and reverenced Haman, for the king had so commanded concerning him. But Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence. And that's us. Mordecai represents us now because we are not bowing, okay, to Esau's narrative. We are not bowing or selling out. We are not reverencing Esau as the truther. Okay, we're actually against him, just like Mordecai was, and this angered Esau. This angered Haman. Okay, just like guys like this, it angers him that we are not bowing down to Renaissance Edomite supremacy Christianity. Okay, that's what his whole notion is Edomite Christianity, and he gathers other Jakes to agree with his doctrine because he wants us to bow down to that regime, to that deception, which we all used to live. Okay, but now open up the scriptures, we see that there is a different narrative in the scriptures that Esau's trying to give us. And it says, then the king's servant, which were in the king's gate, said unto Mordecai, why transgresseth thou the king's commandment? Now it came to pass when they spake daily unto him, and he hearkened not unto them, that they told Haman to see whether Mordecai's matter would stand, for he had told them that he was a Jew. All right, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Mordecai was Benjamin. And it says, and when Haman saw that Mordecai bowed not, when he saw that he would not reverence, all right, Renaissance Christianity, that he does not accept the lies that Esau has given us, okay, with his Eurocentric Christianity in Babylon, okay, that he isn't bowing down to Cesare Borgia, that he's not accepting Esau's breakdowns, right? What we're experiencing today. It says, nor did he reverence, then was Haman full of wrath. This is the issue, okay? For you brothers and sisters out there, this is the issue that Esau has with us. It's not that we're breaking the scriptures down just wrong. It's not just, oh, I'm offended because you didn't break that down. No, they're full of wrath because we are saying now who we are, and we no longer are bowing down to his rhetoric. That's why they're full of wrath. This is why they gather together and they come against us. I've watched Edomite Christians that go and debate against like Deacon Akah. I've watched videos of them calling us stupid, dumb niggers. I've actually watched that. Okay, so you can't sit here and tell me that I'm just angry or upset. No, I've watched you hold the Bible and carry out the same acts of anger that your people have put on us for hundreds of years. So with you holding a Bible, there is no different. You are just using this as a cloak for your maliciousness, you see? And this is what Esau has an issue with, okay? This is what Haman has an issue with, all right? Right here, okay? Haman, right here. That's what he has an issue with, you see? These guys favor each other very much so. But continuing on, okay, continuing on, it says, watch this. It says, and when Haman saw that Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence, then was Haman full of wrath, and he thought scorn to lay hands on Mordecai alone. So he wanted to hit him, okay? He wanted to get carnal, okay? For they had shewed him the people of Mordecai, wherefore Haman sought to destroy all the Jews that were throughout the whole kingdom of Xerxes, Ahasuerus, even the people of Mordecai. So right here, because Jake didn't bow to Esau, he wanted to destroy all of us. And that's what Esau's main objective is. And real quick, what's that? That's the crafty counsel. That's the spirit that Esau has always walked in against his brother Jacob. Okay, and the Israelites, all right, the Jakes that follow Haman, follow vocab now, they're just under a strong delusion because we can see right through it. We can see the hatred that he has. This is Psalms 83 and 4. It says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And who's at the head? The tabernacle of Edom. Okay, and when you go down, look, Amalek's right there. So you got not only Edom, but specifically Amalek. And when you go back in history, it was an Amalekite, all right, Amalekite, all right, that specifically wanted to destroy all of us. So this is the spirit that Esau always comes in. This is why he rounds you all up, okay? Because you got a lot of Jakes that think because they're not from One West, or they're not in Great Millstone, or they may not be at a camp, that they can just fly under the radar as a shalom peace. No, man, you're all bunched in as one, okay? He may act like he's just going after the One Westers, which his energy is towards that. But in general, okay, it's a broad brush that he's painting when it comes to us as a people. See, Hebraism. He's promoting Hebraism, And then when you go to his page, this guy just recently, okay, was giddier than ever. How he is being used in right here the media to demonize us. He mentioned some past events that had nothing to do with us, but they labeled us as all in one. All right, this guy is fully set against us as a people, just like Haman. So the the gallows have been built. And let me further that. This is Esther 3. I'm going to kind of pick it up. I just want to build the foundation. I want to build the narrative so you can understand what's going on and taking place in the book of Esther as it mirrors the persecution and what's taking place today. Okay, so it's funny how, and one notion, Haman, Amalek, vocab says that Esau's done away with, but you are in the same spirit as this Edomite was back then, you know. So Esther 3:6, and he thought score to lay hands on Mordecai alone, for they had shewed him the people of Mordecai. Wherefore Haman sought to destroy all the Jews that were throughout the whole kingdom, even the people of Mordecai. So right here is showing you the spirit that Esau comes in. Now, real quick, this is their whole plot and ploy. Now, this is Psalms 53. All right, Psalms 53. Check this out. Psalms 53:4. It says, have the workers of iniquity no knowledge, who eat up my people as they eat bread? They have not called upon the Most High. And that's what they do. All right. They devour us as we are bread, you see. But what Esau ultimately wants to do is to annihilate us. Okay. And that's through lack of knowledge, being a Gentile, not serving our God. You see, this is the agenda that they have against us. This is Psalm 64:2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. They have secret counsels. Okay, best believe. And guys like this are showing you where they stand. And we've done many lessons on this man, but now he's being mentioned in the Jerusalem Post. Okay, now Amalek is on the scene, and who's siding with them and giving them all his evidence and information about us to paint with a broad brush a narrative, okay, against us. You see, negative energy, but they have nothing to say about the wickedness of Babylon or the wickedness that goes on in these churches, okay? But they have everything and then some to speak out against us as Yasharallah. You see, this man is coming in the same spirit that Haman was in when he came against Mordecai and our people. You see, and let's just continue on. This is Psalm 64 and 1. It says, hear my voice, O Yahweh, in my prayer preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. See, that's what he's all about. Bitter words. Look at this. He whets his tongue and he has nothing but bitter words. I mean, look at this. This is everything about Israel. I mean, there's nothing Christianity about this. There's nothing gospel. There's nothing but a tongue wet like a sword. Okay? Look, everything is pertaining to the nation of Israel, or who are calling themselves that. Okay? See this? Everything. This man is coming in the spirit of Haman. All right. And I hope you can see it. Now let's go back. This is Esther. Let's go. Let's speed it up a little. Let's go to Esther 5 and 9. All right. Check this out. See, look. Esther learns of Haman's plot. That's what we're learning. We understand. We know what they're going to do. We're telling you what you're going to do. You're going to be used. You're going to bring out information, and then it's going to backfire on you. And the pit that you dug for us, you will fall into that pit. We're letting you know what's going to happen, but we're also bringing this this attention. We're bringing awareness to this. This is Esther 5 and 9. Haman's pride. Oh man, are they not proud? They are proud. And Voke, you're proud too. All right. John, I believe they even called you a pastor. You may lie and say you're not. That's fine. You also lied and said that you don't have your master's yet from what is it? Talbot Seminary School. What you do in the same school that Vocab learned and got his master's from. It's called Talbot University. Is it Talbot? Is it Talbot? Let's put Let's put Christian school. But the school that vocab went to, yeah, right here, Talbot. Check this out. When you look this word, this is what he went to, okay? You can ask him yourself. You can actually Google it and it will pop up, all right? But check this out. The school that John Mark Reiser went to, Haman went to, Talbot. Look what Talbot means. Let's go to Talbot definition. Where is it? No, I don't want that one. What is Talbot? Where did I go? I went somewhere. See, I don't know why they would be a ancient breed of dogs, but let's put Talbot in the etymology. Watch this. Talbot. Let me see. Okay, collie, breeded dog. No, that's not what I want. Now, I did some research on this name, and it actually means messenger of destruction. Oh, look, Talbot meaning in Hindu. I went into this a while ago, but it also means messenger of destruction. Let's put this in. Let's put messenger messenger of destruction. Let me see. Oh, see right here. So it breaks it down. Talbot, one, look at this. Talbot, one who brings the message of destruction. See that? The school that Haman, all right, John Mark Reiser went to, it means the brings the message of destruction. What message is vocab had? It's a message against us to bring destruction upon our people. Okay, so it's very spiritual that the school that he got his master's degree in theologian, all right, means a messenger of destruction, just like what Haman had. Haman had a message of destruction against our people. So I just wanted to make that quick point. This is Esther 5 and 9. It says, then went Haman forth that day joyful with a glad heart. But when Haman saw Mordecai in the king's gate, that he stood not up nor moved for him, he was full of indignation against Mordecai. Yeah, those demons were on him. Just like when Vocab sees us, he's got spirits on him, all right, of anger and distress, okay, against us. You see, this is why he's so driven against us. It says, nevertheless, Haman refrained himself. And when he came home, he sent and called for his friends and Zereth, his wife. And Haman told them of the glory of his riches and the multitude of his children and all the things wherein the king had promoted him and how he had advanced him above the princes and servants of king. This is the spirit Esau's in now. Because mind you, we're in captivity under the Elamites. And in Esau right here is talking about all this he's got, and he's got all that, and he's bragging about this. That's what Esau does now. While we're at the bottom, they're talking about all this advancements and all the glitz and glamour that's for him. Haman said, moreover, yea, Esther the queen did let no man come in with the king unto the banquet that she had prepared but myself. And tomorrow am I invited unto her also with the king, which he doesn't even realize he's being set up. Yet all this availeth me nothing, so long as I see Mordecai the Jew sitting at the king's gate. See, Esau cannot feel, okay, a sense of pleasantness unless he rids himself of Jake, okay? And the Jakes that he wants to get rid of is the ones that are not for him, okay? That are not for his program or his system or want to be down, all right, with his agenda against us. That's what they have an issue with. They have an issue with you, all right, not falling in line with his deception, not falling in line with his trickery or treachery, okay? He likes the Jakes that get on his videos and talk against us. He don't like you that are waking up to who you are as a people. You see? You see? Did Celtics Jaylen Brown endorse a hate group? Question mark. Now we're just this hate group. See? But he speaks nothing of the hate that the people he comes from has done to us, or nothing about the hate that Babylon has done to us as a people. He never speaks about that being a hate group. See, he never speaks about that, but we're called hateful or there's all these coined terms that he uses for us and against us with no problem. Okay, he can sit here for hours with no issue when it comes to us and the agenda against us. You see? Let's continue. You're kind of seeing the parallel here. There's a parallel here. All right. And this is the relationship with Esau in general. But this is what you notice the characteristics when Esau zoned in specifically on Jake. This is how he acts it out. And it says, let's get to the point. And it says, Haman said, moreover, okay, we read that. And it says, yet all this availeth me nothing, so long as I see Mordecai the Jew sitting at the king's gate. Then said Zareth his wife and all his friends unto him, let a gallows be made of 50 cubit high, and tomorrow speak thou unto the king that Mordecai may be hanged thereon. Then go thou in merrily with the king unto the banquet. And the thing pleased Haman, and he caused the gallows to be made. See? So now, with the hatred, with the building up, with the plotting, now Esau has it all set. He has all his eggs laid in the basket. All right. He has the narrative. Okay. He sets out this defamation of character. He brings in the slander. He gets the people to believe his lies through his media, and he promotes and paints this image so that when he brings a suggestion to who he wants to destroy, now he has the evidence that he can lay forth so that he can fulfill this agenda. Okay. And that's what Esau's done. Best believe Esau has built the gallows. Okay. Esau has it ready. All right. Meaning Esau has the killing instrument ready to come down on Jake with a liable reason. Okay. This is when the persecution is going to come. All right. They are getting everything and everyone ready to say, we have to stop them because these poor 48ers have gone through enough, and enough is enough for you you can't call yourselves that no more. So they have built a pit for us to fall. That's what this is representing. And if you don't know, a gallows is a structure typically of two upright and a cross piece for the hanging of criminals. See? And who have they always hung? Jake. Okay? So this is what he wants to do. And when you hang someone, it's a public execution. So Esau wants to publicly, all right? He wants to publicly get rid of us. And he wants the public to accept the punishment thereof. Okay? This is what he wants. You see? Haman has built the gallows. But what Haman doesn't understand is you that laid a pit. Let me get that. That pit that like the pit that Haman is digging. Well, let's get the first part of it. That pit that he is digging, Psalm 7 and 15, he made a pit and digged it. We're going to keep it right there. Has he not made a pit and digged it? Has he not made a gallows? Has he not set up, all right, platforms and preventions, okay? And this avenue of persecution that will be justified in the eyes of the law and people against us unjustly. He has done that. He is doing that. They asked me, look at this guy, okay? Look at this guy. They asked me, yes, I was interviewed, and he was just eating it up, man, okay? So this is letting you know that they're ready, willing, and available, okay, to demonize us. This is all a part of the persecution. The gallows are built, all right? The persecution is coming. the false accusations, the accuser of thy brethren. It's all being set up perfectly, okay? But no need to worry, okay? Because we're going to show you what happened to Haman in the midst. Because going back, guess what? The very next day after this dinner he had, the king, which I'll just go to it, the king couldn't sleep. The king couldn't sleep, so they pulled out records. And guess what came up? I'm getting chills just talking about this. In the records, look, the king plans to honor Mordecai, okay? From shame to fame, man. So in the same night that Haman was planning to destroy Mordecai and the rest of our people, the king couldn't sleep. On that night, could not the king sleep? And he commanded to bring the book of records of the Chronicles, and they were read before the king. And guess what they read? They read an account how Mordecai saved the Elamite king. He saved him. Okay? And the king said, have we ever repaid this man? They said, no, we haven't. And as Haman was walking in the door the next day, all happy, and I'm ready, I'm going to get the permission. I'm going to get the permission to murder Mordecai. I'm going to hang his ass. Guess what the king did? The king said, if you had the opportunity to do this to a man, and Haman's pride, he thought the king was talking about him. And the king was like, what would you do if you could, pretty much pay back a man that's been here and done this? And Haman's thinking, he's thinking it's him. So he's like, oh, I would do this and I'll do that. All the things that Haman wanted to be done to him. Guess what? The king said, good, go do that to Mordecai. See, Haman must honor Mordecai. This time is coming where they will honor us. Okay. Where the righteous stand in great boldness. Those that say this is he who we've had in derision. Okay. The time of humbling is coming for people like you, Haman. The time is coming for those that have been set up as controlled opposition for us as a people, in captivity and under curses and downtrodden at the bottom, and we stand up in the spirit just to serve our God, to serve Yahweh Bashem El Shai, and you want to plot to have us persecuted and murdered and desecrated and destroyed? The time will come where our enemies will bow before us, and they will bow before our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai. Okay? The time is coming. But just know Haman has built the gallows. He has built the instruments to destroy. Okay? And they will be allowed through lies, treachery, deceit, and great deception for the people to agree with this persecution that will come down upon who you know as God's people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That time is coming, but best believe their time soon will follow after. And let's continue. Let's speed it up. This is Esther 7 and 15. Esther 7 and 5 to 10. Excuse me. I'm still thinking about Psalms 7 and 15. This is Esther 7 and 5. Check this out. It says, then the king, I'm not even mispronouncing this. King Xerxes answered and said unto Esther, the queen, who is he? Where is he? Oh, let me start up. This is Esther 7 and 3. Then Esther, the queen, answered and said, if I have found favor in thy sight, O king, because Esther brought the king and Haman to a private dinner, was setting Haman up, and he had no idea. Just like now, Esau, your ass was getting set up, and you got no idea, man, when they come in like a flood. That's what we want you to do. When they persecute us and lie, that's what we want you to do. See? Because you're going to lie against the Lord's elect. But who can lay charge to that? Because in these last days, these Christians ain't going to be so Christian-y. You get what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm putting down? Okay? Haman is built the gallows. All right? This is the gallows. This is what he's using to have us publicly hanged before the people, before it happens physically. All right? This whole body of work has been built around executing our character. defamation of character is taking place with men like this. So how conveniently for things to fall together for you to be interviewed by the Jerusalem Post pertaining to us. How does this guy, this nobody in quotations, right? Oh, oh, this nobody, right? Let me further that. Vocab. It's Haman. Let me further that. Let me show you something. Guess what Haman means? Haman, name. What does Haman mean? What does Haman mean? Just curious. What does the name Haman mean? Magnificent, memorable. See? And Mordecai, I believe, means like small or something like that. Or I thought Haman meant that. But right here, magnificent. So this man is being put up on a level of a magnificent teacher and an expert. This guy out of nowhere, just some lone ranger on YouTube is now an expert. How convenient. But I digress. Let's continue. This is Esther 7:3. Then Esther the queen answered and said, if I have found favor in thy sight, O king, speaking to the Elamite king, uh, yeah, Elam, if I'm not mistaken, the Persians, yep. It says, and if it please the king, let my life be given at my petition and my people at my request. Mind you, Esther is an Israelite. For we are sold, I and my people, to be destroyed, to be slain and to perish. But if we had been sold for bondmen and bondwomen, I had held my tongue, although the enemy could not countervail the king's damage. Then the king Ahasuerus answered and said unto Esther the queen, who is he, and where is he, that durst presume in his heart to do so? And Esther said, the adversary and enemy is this wicked Haman. Then Haman was afraid before the king and the queen. So she outed him right before the king, right in front of the king, and told him how this man has plotted to destroy us as a people, to destroy us as a people. See, to be destroyed. That's what he wants to do. That's what their plan is. But what they don't want to realize is we are Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's. So even though Haman has built the gallows, let's finish Psalms. Psalm 7 and 15, he made a pit and digged it. He built the gallows and is fallen into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate. See that? This is the legacy of Haman, the man that just orchestrated and plotted and had full wrath and anger to not only destroy us, but had personal ways of this destruction. And so much he had a gallows built to hang Mordecai, to publicly execute him before all, and then to wipe his face with after he's eaten his meal and sleep and go home. This is the spirit they're in. But that pit that they've laid, the gallows that they built, is ultimately for their destruction. Because check this out. And the king arising from the banquet of wine in his wrath went into the palace garden, and Haman stood up to make request for his life to Esther the queen, for he saw that there was evil determined against him by the king. He knew his ass was about to be grass. See, now we are looking at the end of Esau's lies, deception, treachery, persecution, and his agenda. This is the end of it, okay, Haman? Because right now, this is cool, okay? But Esther's speaking out. Esther's speaking up. Behold, my people are as a beautiful, comely, and delicate woman. We are Esther, and we are Mordecai. See? You see? So now Esther is speaking out. Esther is crying out. Are we not? Are we not crying out against Haman and those around us? Because all we're doing is serving our God. We are serving Yahweh Bashem Shai with truth and sincerity as they stand here with countless accusations and countless smear campaigns and slander. Oh, and there's more. And there's more. We're just reading the end all be all of an in particular man in the past that thought to rise up against us, just like now. Just like now. You thought you could rise up against us and win, but trust and believe we will have the last laugh. And it says, Esther 7 and 8, then the king returned out of the palace garden into the place of the banquet of wine, and Haman was fallen upon the bed wherein Esther was. This man fell on the bed. Then said the king, will he force the queen also before me in the house? As the word went out of the king's mouth, they covered Haman's face. You see that? Now, when you read this in the good news, he basically says, is he going to also rape my woman? Let me see if I can find it. NLT, it says, will he even assault the queen right here in the palace before my very eyes? Look, the king exclaimed, will he even molest the queen while she is with me in the house? See? So this man that was plotting, had an agenda, was getting fat and ready to hang and murder and kill and destroy us, got called out, got blamed, and then got caught in the act as he's trying to beg the king. The king thought that he was going to rape his wife. See that, Haman? And vocab, he makes jokes about that now with us, pertaining to that slander of Deuteronomy 22. If you know, you know. And he recently, in his latest video, was joking about that. So how funny how in Haman's last moments, he was being accused of the same thing that John Mark Reiser is slanderously joking about us. The scripture say in Deuteronomy 19 that if a false witness arise and it comes to the conclusion after an inquisition that he was a liar, what he accused us of shall befall him. Let that sink in. And it says, then the king, and it says the king's mouth, they covered Haman's face, boom, wrapped his ass, got him, right? And Harbonah, one of the chamberlains, said before the king as he's holding him, hey, he got his ass tied up. You see how Esau be hemming Jacob. So imagine how they had Haman's ass, And it says, behold, also the gallows 50 cubits high, which Haman had made for Mordecai. Mind you, the night before, the king had record that Mordecai saved his life. And now this man who wants to kill his queen's people, he also found out that he was building a gallows to hang the man that saved his life. Oh, hell no. It says, hey, and look, this might have been a Jake. He said, basically, look, and also Haman built some gallows 50 cubits high, which Haman had made for Mordecai, who had spoken good for the king, standeth in the house of Haman. Then the king said, hang him thereon. See that? Yeah, Haman has built the gallows, but what Haman didn't know is the same gallows that he built for us was for him to be hung thereon. He made a pit and digged it and is falling into the ditch which he made. See that? That's the end all be all. We can get a little upset and a little this, but at the end of the day, all these guys are set up to dig a ditch for themselves to be falled therein. Esther 7 and 10. So they hanged Haman on the gallows that he had prepared for Mordecai. Then was the king's wrath pacified. You see that? Oh, and it gets better, because don't you know that Haman had children? Haman had children, okay? And when we go into that, Esther 9, check this out, Esther 9 and 20, and this is what Purim came about, Purim. It says, and Mordecai wrote these things and sent letters unto all the Jews that were in all the provinces of the king, both nigh and far. Because remember, Haman made a decree for all of us to be destroyed on a certain day. So then Mordecai asked the king's permission if the Jews could fight back, and the king allowed it. So this saved us. See, we got delivered, man, in the last closing seconds from the agenda of Amalek. It says to establish this among them, that they should keep the 14th day of the month Adar and the 15th day of the same yearly, as the days wherein the Jews rested from their enemies, and the month which was turned unto them from sorrow to joy, and from mourning into a good day, that they should make them days of feasting and joy. And there's a lot of high holy days from deliverance from Esau. It says, sending portions one to another and gifts to the poor. And the Jews undertook to do as they had begun. And as Mordecai had written unto them, because Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, the enemy of all the Jews, had devised against the Jews to destroy them, and had cast pur, that is, the lot, to consume them and to destroy them. But when Esther came before the king, he commanded by letters that his wicked device, which he devised against the Jews, should return upon his own head. This is coming. This is coming. And that he and his sons should be hanged on the gallows. See that? Him and his sons should be hanged on the gallows. So what did they do? They hung Haman and his sons on the gallows. And I'm going to end it right here. This is Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Because you see what happens. You see what happens when Esau is in rulership. Okay? He plots and ploys devices to destroy us as a people. And he smiles, and he's joyful, and he's happy. So right now, Haman, Esau, Amalek has built the gallows, and they are planning to hang Mordecai on it. But as we see, what will happen to Esau in this attempt? Okay? Ultimately, the pit and gallows that Esau has dug and built to destroy us will ultimately destroy him. So I just wanted to do that lesson. I didn't really want to make it an hour, but it wasn't no really easy way around it. Like I said, you brothers and sisters, you should go read it. I kind of just jumped around. There's a little bit more information in it, but we got the gist of it. But pretty much, hey, the ploy and plans that Esau have against us will befall his own head. So trust and believe, rest assured, don't allow these guys to upset you, to the point of, losing sight of the narrative of the deliverance ultimately that's coming for us. Okay. So what happened to Haman will happen again ultimately to the nation of Esau, Edom. So with that being said, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai B'Shem Kodash. I pray that this was edifying and exhorting to you brothers and few sincere sisters. I'd like to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. All right. And I'd like to say peace, safety, and salutations to the Lord's elect. With that being said, Shalom.